Hello and welcome back to Dickie Cycles, and let's see how I've got on in my first week. I think for the first week of January, what I had in my mind is very different to the reality. So there were lots of Christmas food left around, lots of cheese, mince pies, chocolate, biscuits. And sadly, I cannot help myself because I love that kind of stuff. So I probably overindulged for last week. But that said, I have got some good results, which you can see at the end of this video. So last week I was on annual leave, so that's made it a little bit easier for me to get in the gym, avoid the crowds because it was busy, but then it quietened off. So I'm going to share with you a couple of hints and tips of my training regime. Last week I did more body conditioning, so getting my body in a state ready to go for it. So as I said, my gym has got a Watt Bike Atom. It's a really good piece of kit. Really changed it up. I did lots of different workouts, some really hard ones, some easy riding, just trying to get to a point where I'm ready to go for it for week 2. So part of the condition is doing HIIT circuits. So doing this high intensity interval training, it's 1 minute of each exercise for my overall conditioning. It's maximum effort for that minute, so there's no rest between these exercises. A 2-minute rest between sets. Try and do this over 3 rounds. And this is something that you possibly need to build up over a period of time. So if you're trying to copy this, try 15 seconds per exercise to start with, and then you can build it up. Okay, let's talk about my top 4 apps that I use for training. So this is my Fitness Pal. This is the free version. I'm able to track my foods, carbs, fat, protein, to make sure I have a balanced diet, and also to track my weight trends, which is really helpful when you're trying to diet and make sure that you've got the right fuel going into your body at the right time. The second app I use is Sleepwatch. I really struggle with my sleeping, and for this is to understand for what is going on. So I'm able to track the amount of sleep I get and whether I'm getting enough or not. Lots of interesting data to look at, especially resting heart rate and when you're asleep, which allows me to understand if I have a restful sleep or not. So really interesting. So this is Garmin Connect. I have a Garmin device for my bike. So this app captures the data from my rides out and indoors when connected up. And it gives me an estimated VO2 max based on my age, weight, and functional threshold power rate. So this is my final app, Strava. It's a community app used by millions of people globally. It captures all of your activity data centrally. And so it's really easy to use, and it captures your running, cycling, swimming, walking, etc., and loads more. But remember, the golden rule is, if it's not on Strava, it never happened. Really important. But it allows you to connect with all your friends. Okay, now the business end, let's see how I got on with my results. Okay, for my body tracks monitoring, last week I was at 71 kilos, this week 69.6, my body fat was 13.4, but now it's up to 14.4%. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Okay, we're going to talk about my functional threshold power, or FTP for short. This is my FTP on Watt Bike Atom. It's my first go. So after a 10-minute warm-up, get the legs nice and warm, it's 20 minutes all out. So you can see my average power there is 209 watts as an average over the 20 minutes. My power per kilo is 2.94. This should be a really good baseline. This is my ground zero. Let's see what I can achieve over the coming weeks. Okay, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe.